Good afternoon, everyone. I am Spot On Weather Meteorologist Matthew Euler. Welcome to my daily forecast update for the 15th of October, 2025. And this is the similar sky we see this morning across Hampton roads. Did not even bother to take another picture because it's very similar looking. This, of course, was from yesterday morning, but not much has changed. We still have some stratus clouds overhead across the area. There are a couple brighter spots occasionally, which tells me that eventually these clouds are going to break up here as we go through the rest of the day today across the Hampton Road cities. So we are expecting some more sunshine a little bit later, and these clouds will ultimately break apart. Let's take a look at the main weather headlines for today's video. Cool and much drier air mass is coming in. We're going to see those dew points into the 40s. In fact, looking like we could drop as low as the lower 40s for the dew points for both Thursday, the 16th of October, and Friday, the 17th of October. We will have high pressure building in, and we will see lots of sunshine for tomorrow and Friday. Warming temperatures this upcoming weekend, Saturday the 18th of October, as well as Sunday the 19th of October. We do see high pressure moving offshore, and that's going to result in a wind shift to more of a south-southwesterly wind. And anytime you get a south or southwesterly wind in the Hampton Roads and across the Mid-Atlantic, you're going to warm the temperatures up at the surface. So we're looking dry for the upcoming weekend, and we're looking like we're going to see a moderating temperature trend. Sunday being the warmest day. We do see the next cold front passing through our area early on Monday morning. Next Monday morning, the 20th of October, we will see a period of showers with that cold frontal passage. Additionally, we'll see slightly cooler, drier air mass behind the cold front for next Tuesday, the 21st of October. And one big change here, yesterday I was talking about more of a warming trend mid to late next week. Well, the models have changed over the last 24 hours. The models are now trending cooler for Wednesday, the 22nd of October, right on through Friday, the 24th of October. And we're going to see these upper troughs just kind of linger across the Mid-Atlantic. So that's a new development. We look at the visible satellite imagery from this morning. We see the lower clouds, the smoother texture. See that smoother appearance to these clouds on the visible imagery? Again, that indicates more of a stratus cloud. And we see, Southeast Virginia socked in, as well as Eastern North Carolina right now, still hanging on to those clouds. But look, if you don't have to go very far, if you get in your car and drive west from Hampton Road along 64, you're going to break free of these low clouds. Basically, Williamsburg west. Richmond is mostly clear right now. Harrisonburg's mostly clear. Charlottesville's mostly clear. It's clear down in the southwestern portion of the state as well. So you can see where the boundary of the moisture really, really lingers at this morning. We do see some more cloudiness up here to the north from Pennsylvania stretching west through Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. Now, this is an association with a cold front. That's going to be the cold front that's going to pass through here later today. It's working its way southward towards our area. Not expecting any precip with that cold frontal passage at all. Look over here on the right-hand side, and we see the current observations pretty much across the Mid-Atlantic. We do see the wind barbs still generally coming from the north. Lighter winds this morning, not very strong at all. Only up to about 10 knots of wind speeds at the maximum across southeastern Virginia, Hampton Roads, as well as central Virginia. We do see temperatures generally in the lower 60s, especially in the areas where you're seeing sunshine, like Richmond was 64 degrees. Location here on the coast in Hampton Roads, we're at 63 degrees. So low 60s for the most part across southeastern Virginia for this morning. We look at the national air temperatures as of this morning, 9 a.m. Central Daylight Time. We do see where the coldest air is located, and it's across Pacific Northwest Oregon, Washington State, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, as well as parts of Nevada, and even some chilly readings there across California, where the temperatures in the lower 40s. In the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada, up towards Lake Tahoe, the temperatures are generally in the lower 30s. So, they did see quite a bit of snow yesterday in the Sierra Nevada, California. And you can kind of see where this little warm tongue pokes up from northern Texas up through eastern Oklahoma and eastern Kansas and western Missouri. We have temperatures generally in the upper 60s to near 70 degrees in this corridor. We do see some chillier temperatures across the Midwest along Interstate 80, upper 50s to the lower 60s, Illinois to Iowa, right over to Omaha. And we do see some chillier readings also up over New England this morning. And then the warmest temperatures are down over South Texas nationally into the 70s, as high as 81 degrees there at far southern Texas. And then we got temperatures at Key West at 82 degrees this morning, and generally in the upper 70s across Florida. Let's take a look now at the forecast on the left-hand side, 500 millibar height anomalies for tomorrow, Thursday, the 16th of October, 2025. Higher than normal heights are positioned across the northern Pacific Ocean, stretching over towards the northeastern Pacific Ocean. We do see an upper level closed low, generally over south central Alaska. We do see troughing extending southward from that into the far northeastern Pacific. A closed low will be positioned over Wyoming for tomorrow afternoon. And we do see a trough axis extending southwest from that upper closed low through Utah, down through southern Nevada, and into southern California. A 588 decameter upper high is positioned over Biloxi, Mississippi, and we do see ridging extending north from that upper high. The highest or above normal heights are stretching across the upper Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We do see upper heights above normal across northern Illinois and Iowa as well. The upper level ridge axis extends north into south central Canada. A closed upper level low will be right off the east coast of Maine for tomorrow afternoon, the 16th of October, with the trough axis extending south from it over across the western North Atlantic. We also see another closed upper level low across the northern Atlantic, generally to the southeast, well to the southeast of Greenland, and above normal heights in a ridge axis extending from east to west into southern Greenland. The right-hand side shows the precipitation forecast for tomorrow. Looking fairly dry now across the Pacific Northwest. Not much in the way of precipitation for Washington State, Oregon, and California is also drying out tomorrow. There will be, beneath the upper level closed low there across Wyoming, we're seeing some rain showers, additionally up into eastern Montana. And there's a little bit of blue coloring across the higher elevations of northwestern Wyoming, where we'll see snowfall. A 1,000 millibar low pressure system is located over South Dakota. There will be some scattered showers there to the north of the Minnesota area into southern Canada. Additionally, we see some scattered showers and storms across far southeastern Minnesota for tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, a 1024, fairly strong high pressure system, a 1024 millibar high with this clockwise flow around it, will bring northerly winds. You notice how tightly packed these black solid lines are, these isobars. That indicates very windy conditions across the western Atlantic for tomorrow. But generally a cooler northerly wind blowing down along the coastal sections of Virginia and parts of northeastern North Carolina. Looking at the forecast now for this Friday, the 17th of October, we do see a trough moving in there just south of the Aleutian Islands, up across the north central Pacific. We also see above normal heights generally located across the northeastern Pacific, with the ridge axis extending a little bit further to the north into the Gulf of Alaska. Downstream from this ridge, we do see another trough just kind of hanging out off the Southern California coastline. There will be additional troughing across western Canada, extending southward into eastern Colorado, as well as parts of northeastern Arizona. An upper level ridge axis is now positioned from Alabama northward through Kentucky, Indiana, the lower portion of Michigan, up into south central Canada. And then we see this deep closed upper level low there, positioned well offshore of New England across the western North Atlantic, with a trough axis extending south from it. and another closed upper level low, a little bit weaker in nature though to the northeast of the main closed low across portions of the North Atlantic. And we still see higher than normal heights extending towards southern Greenland and between Greenland and Canada there. On the right-hand side, our precipitation forecast showing some scattered rain showers north of Washington state. Some of these showers may extend down into the northwestern portions of Washington state. We do see some blue coloring here across southwestern Canada and some of the higher elevations. So some snow up there. Mainly dry across much of the western United States. You notice Wyoming dries out by Friday. Montana dries out by Friday. You also see drier weather moving into the Four Corners region. And additionally, we see a 986 millibar surface low pressure system over south central Canada with some shower activity at that location. We see some scattered showers across western Iowa and eastern Nebraska for Friday afternoon, and some scattered showers into southeastern Texas. Much of the eastern seaboard from Florida all the way up to Maine is looking dry. I-95 looks great for your Friday afternoon. We do see the 982 millibar low. It's fairly intense. It's just kind of lingering across the western and heading towards the central North Atlantic. A lot of rain shower activity around that. And we still see strong winds across the western Atlantic for Friday afternoon. Here are the temperature anomalies forecast for tomorrow, Thursday, the 16th of October on the left. Cooler than normal readings, the blue and green coloring. We're showing below normal temperatures into central southern California, as well as Nevada, Arizona, Utah, into Wyoming for tomorrow. Slightly below normal into Montana. The warmer than normal readings will be generally across the central U.S., extending from the southern plains up to the northern plains, where temperatures are going to be running anywhere from 15 to as much as 20 degrees above normal in a zone from northern Missouri, western Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, much above normal, North Dakota and eastern South Dakota, much of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma City, you're running about 9 degrees above normal for tomorrow's temperatures, for the high temperatures in the afternoon. And then Texas, you're also running 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Some of that warmth extends to the east across Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Meanwhile, from New England area, Maine, southward through New York State, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, Baltimore, D.C., down to eastern Virginia, including Hampton Roads, and eastern North Carolina, temperatures are going to be running 5 to 10 degrees below normal for tomorrow's temperatures. On the right-hand side, temperature anomalies for Friday afternoon, this Friday, the 17th of October, showing below normal temperatures continuing across parts of California, Nevada, Utah, western Colorado, southwestern Wyoming, down through Arizona and western New Mexico. The warmer than normal temperatures extend from Texas through Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, on up towards southeastern Nebraska, much of Missouri, much of Arkansas, much of Mississippi and Alabama, western portions of Tennessee around Memphis. You're running 12 degrees above normal for Friday afternoon. And well above normal readings go all the way up towards eastern Iowa, western Illinois, much of Wisconsin, where you're running 15 to 20 degrees above normal, and then also Minnesota. You'll notice the blue shading, though, here along the immediate eastern seaboard across the mid-Atlantic. Again, Virginia down to the Carolinas, we're running 5 to 8 degrees below normal for your Friday afternoon. So the cool air continues to remain in two distinct locations across the southwestern United States as well as the eastern seaboard. Here's the forecast 500 millibar height anomalies now for Saturday afternoon, the 18th of October on the left. We see a closed upper level low, generally positioned off the Southern California coast. Higher than normal heights, ridging northward there towards the western portions of the Aleutian Islands, up towards the Bering Sea. A closed low positioned off of the west coast of Canada. And then we see ridging building in over the western U.S. from Oregon up through Washington State and western Canada. We have a ridge axis, and then a downstream trough axis across portions of south central Canada through the Dakotas, right on down through western Nebraska and northeastern Colorado. A ridge axis is now moving east towards the eastern seaboard by Saturday afternoon, where we see the ridge axis extending from central North Carolina, the Charlotte area, working up through Richmond, up through Pennsylvania, and southeastern Canada. You notice the higher than normal heights across southern Greenland, as well as west of southern Greenland there, and into parts of northern Canada. And we'll see a closed upper level low across the North Atlantic for Saturday afternoon with a trough axis extending south from it. Over here on the right-hand side, our precipitation forecast, you see a surface low pressure, 1,001 millibar surface low off the southwestern coastal sections of Canada, being supported by this closed upper level low here just offshore. So we're having rain and snow showers in the southwestern Canada on Saturday afternoon. 1027 millibar high will be located over northwestern Wyoming. And then we see a frontal system now beginning to take shape from the lower portions of Michigan through central Wisconsin, down through central Iowa and parts of northwestern Kansas. We see a cold front taking shape there. We do see some scattered showers right back behind the cold front across parts of South Dakota into northern Nebraska. A return of moisture from western Louisiana up through Arkansas, up through Missouri, and up through parts of the Quad Cities, eastern Iowa, western Illinois, up through southern Wisconsin. This line is out ahead of this cold front. So we're going to get some return flow, some southerly and southwesterly winds ahead of the cold front. That moisture is coming up from the Gulf into the Midwest. A 1019 millibar high pressure system by Saturday afternoon will be positioned just off the North Carolina coastline. Dry conditions for the Carolinas, Virginia, up through New Jersey, and, Pennsylvania, as well as New York State, Boston, all the way up towards Portland, Maine. Here's the forecast on the left-hand side, 500 millibar height anomalies for the 19th of October, this Sunday. We have upper level ridging that is now poking northward, north-northeastward into the Gulf of Alaska. A trough is indicated by these green colors, unsettled and cooler temperatures with the troughs there over southwestern Canada into the very far northwestern reaches of Washington State, including Seattle. So temperatures will be coming back down and will be getting more unsettled southwestern Canada into Washington State, even parts of Oregon by Sunday afternoon. An upper level ridge extends from Colorado up through the northern plains with a downstream trough positioned across the Midwest for Sunday. We do see upper level ridging. The ridge axis is now just off the East Coast and extends northwestward into southeastern Canada. We also see these above normal heights, generally to the west of Greenland, to the far northern areas there of the Arctic. There will be a closed upper level low positioned across the North Atlantic with a trough axis extending south from it. Right-hand side, we see the unsettled weather conditions across western Montana, Idaho, Washington State, and Oregon in association with that trough, the upper trough here, for Sunday afternoon. We will see general dry conditions from the Rockies to the Mississippi River, where we're not really seeing much of the way of any precip. And then we see a 994 millibar low positioned just around the Lake Huron, northern shores of Lake Huron, with a stripe of precipitation along this cold front from just east of Detroit across Toronto into Ohio, into Kentucky, and into eastern Tennessee. So there'll be some shower activities approaching West Virginia on Sunday afternoon and evening as well. We look at the temperature anomalies on the left for the 18th of October, showing below normal temperatures in the green and blue across the western Dakotas, Wyoming, parts of Montana, Utah, down towards Arizona. Above normal temperature readings across Texas, extending northeastward into Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And then we see above normal temperature readings again across Illinois to the Ohio Valley, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. So above normal readings as the air mass moderates, we see the high pressure offshore. We're getting southerly winds in this location, southerly and southwesterly winds for the Midwest, the Ohio Valley, and warmer temperatures. Slightly cooler than normal, maybe a degree or two cooler than normal across Delmarva down through Hampton Roads and northeast North Carolina for Saturday afternoon. We look at the right-hand side temperature anomaly forecast for Sunday, the 19th of October. Cooler than normal temperatures, about 1 to 3 degrees below normal with that trough across the Pacific Northwest. We do see above normal readings across much of Montana, as well as Wyoming and parts of western Colorado. Above normal temperatures as well across the Dakotas, Minnesota, into Wisconsin, and towards Detroit. We see below normal temperatures generally from Kansas, finally cooling off in Oklahoma, finally cooling off across North Texas. Temperatures running 2 to 5 degrees below normal in those locations, as well as below normal in southern Missouri into Arkansas, and much of Tennessee and Kentucky will be below normal. We do see the warmth now expanding towards New England for Sunday afternoon. Anywhere from Pittsburgh up towards Albany, New York, and up towards Portland, Maine, right into Vermont and New Hampshire, as well as Boston, above normal temperatures for your Sunday afternoon, and then 4 to 5 degrees above normal across Hampton roads for your Sunday afternoon, as well as down towards the Outer Banks. Look at the forecast 500 millibar height anomalies on the left for the 20th of October, next Monday. We see upper level high heights there, ridging higher than normal heights south of the Aleutian Islands. A new trough is now taking shape south of the mainland of Alaska into the northeastern Pacific. Upper level ridging is poking into the southwestern portions of Canada by next Monday afternoon. Closed upper level low position off of Southern California. We do see troughing extending from Alberta and Manitoba provinces, or rather Alberta and Saskatchewan provinces, of Canada, extending southward into Montana as well as Idaho and Wyoming. So troughing is located at that location. A strong upper level high is positioned over northern Mexico. There will be a little bit of a ridge axis extending across parts of Missouri into Iowa, Wisconsin. The higher heights are really going to be located and concentrated there across eastern Canada, just to the east of Hudson Bay for next Monday afternoon. We will see a new trough, this blue coloring across the mid-Atlantic for next Monday afternoon moving in. Additionally, we see below normal heights and troughing across the North Atlantic. Right-hand side, we look at the overall precipitation forecast. Dry from California to Texas for next Monday afternoon. We do see some scattered showers across Montana into parts of Wyoming in association with that trough. That location, we do see some scattered showers there across northwestern Minnesota, but not very heavy next Monday afternoon. And now we have the development of 1,000 millibar central pressure here, low pressure area, generally over parts of Maryland for next Monday afternoon, with a frontal boundary extending well off the East Coast, with this line of showers and storms off the coast. We do see a wet day potentially for Pennsylvania, just north of the surface low for next Monday afternoon. Dry mainly across northern New England from Boston northward. Look at the forecast now, 500 millibar height anomalies for next Tuesday, the 21st of October. Showing below normal heights now moving into much of Canada with troughing. We do see that closed upper level low just kind of remaining stationary off of Southern California. Very strong upper level high position over Mexico. But notice how this ridge has really been knocked down. By next Tuesday afternoon, this ridge is not moved. We've seen the ridge axis over the same areas for a while. And now we're seeing across the Midwest more blue coloring from Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, down to Virginia. This blue shading indicates below normal heights associated with troughing, with upper level trough. We see a very strong upper level ridge now over the North Atlantic, with a ridge axis extending northwestward just to the east of Hudson Bay. And then there will be a upper level trough across the North Atlantic. On the right-hand side, precipitation forecast showing some scattered showers moving into the Pacific Northwest and in Seattle. By next Tuesday afternoon, the 21st of October, we see some snow in the higher elevations of the mountains of southwestern Canada. Very dry. California all the way to the Mississippi River. Not much in the way of any kind of precipitation if you got any driving plans. And then really, we got some scattered showers across lower Michigan for next Tuesday afternoon, the 21st of October, and more unsettled across New England with scattered showers. The front is well off over the western Atlantic, well off the East Coast, and we see more of northwesterly winds extending into the Midwest, cooling things down into the Ohio Valley. Look at the temperature anomaly forecast on the left for Monday, the 20th of October, showing cooler than normal readings across Idaho, portions of eastern Oregon, as well as Wyoming and western Montana. Above normal readings across Texas into eastern New Mexico, up towards eastern and southeastern Colorado, western Kansas. We do see some milder than normal temperatures also across Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, and well above normal temperatures there to the southwest of Hudson Bay, Canada. We do see below normal temperatures, slightly below normal across western PA, into parts of West Virginia and western portions of the state of Virginia, down through Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Right-hand side temperature anomaly forecast for next Tuesday afternoon, the 21st of October. Really, we've lost all that anomalous warmth across the central U.S. and Midwest. It's gone by next Tuesday afternoon. We do see above normal readings, 12 to 14 degrees above normal across South Texas. Other than that, though, not much in the way of anomalously warm or anomalously cool temperatures. Here is my 7-day outlook now for the Hampton Roads, Virginia area specifically. Tomorrow it's going to be a great day. We're going to see a little bit of breezy conditions with the northerly winds, but it's going to be mostly sunny. You're going to see a lot of sunshine. The high tomorrow, a nice cool 63 degrees, which, by the way, is running about 10 degrees below normal for this time of year. Low will drop down to a chilly 48 degrees by Friday morning. Mostly sunny skies continue with high pressure in control for Friday. High of 64 for Hampton Road cities. Low dropping down to 47 by morning on Saturday. Now, I will say these morning lows will be a little bit chillier the further inland you get away from the water. They could be down to the lower to middle 40s across cities such as Franklin, Virginia, as well as Suffolk. Those areas tend to be the cooler locations in the morning. Now, temperatures do warm slightly on Saturday. High pressure by Saturday afternoon drifts offshore off the Carolinas. That's going to allow the winds to turn more around to the south-southwest. They'll be light. Those winds will be light for Saturday afternoon, but it'll start taking an effect on the temperature. High of 69 on Saturday afternoon, dropping down to 53 Sunday morning. And then Sunday looks great as well. Partly sunny skies, high of 74, dropping down to 56 on Monday morning. And then we'll see that cold front coming through on Monday morning with some scattered rain showers. And the high temperature will be 70. Behind the cool front, that cooler, drier air filters in. For Tuesday morning, we're dropping to 51. And then a high of 69 with lots of sunshine on Tuesday, dropping to 52 next Wednesday morning. And then lots of sunshine continues for next Wednesday, high of just 67 degrees. Here's where you can find me, Spot on Weather Weebly. Just do that in the Google search bar, type Spot on Weather Weebly, and you can find just follow my website that way. You can click on any of the tabs at the top and kind of explore my website. And then this is the actual, if you type this into your IP address here, is spot-on-weather.com. Now, we do post daily forecasts again on X. I also do forecasts on Facebook as well, Spot on Weather on Facebook. And this is my handle, EulerMatthew4 on X. That's all I got for now, everybody. Hang in there, Hampton Roads, because it's going to get much nicer as far as sunshine goes the next couple days. So kind of lingering with these low clouds again this morning as the satellite shows us. I have seen a couple peaks of sunshine while doing this video. So we are starting to see some drier air work its way in. All right, that wraps things up on today's video. I wish everybody a great, great Wednesday. Until next time, take care and God bless everyone.